Now that Haven is back, it's time to dust off the best TP lineups for Yoru. Before we start, we want to thank you for the support on our previous videos. We're really glad that you're enjoying and learning from them. So if you want to keep up with what we're working on, make sure to follow us here and on our social media to not miss anything. It helps us a lot to keep growing and improving our content. Now, let's be honest. How often have you seen a Yoru throw his TP like this?
What the fuck?
You have to remember that the enemy can see the TP as it approaches and will most likely destroy it or camp it. It's important to protect the more visible TPs with flashes, smokes, or other allied abilities. Don't get me wrong, throwing it to the first place that comes to mind is an option when you want to make an entry with the team or need to move quickly. When you're in a skirmish against 2 or more enemies, you don't have time to look for lineups. It's understandable. But when the situation is calmer, you need to stop throwing these predictable teleports. They're very predictable, and most times they won't work. You'll get killed, or you won't achieve anything worthwhile. So we're gonna fix that. In this video, you'll learn the best references found so far to make the most of Yoru's TP. Let's start. We'll begin with the attack lineups. For C-Site, we have one of the most basic ones to execute an entry with more teammates and position yourself behind the enemies in just a few seconds. You'll need to stand in this corner and aim at this ledge to throw the TP. As you can see, it crosses the entire site. Use smokes and flashes to make it less noticeable. You can use the TP when you see it's behind them, or wait until it reaches their base. With the second option, we'll create new opportunities to enter A or B site from unexpected locations. Next, we have another TP from this corner. Aim diagonally at the edge of this rock, and it goes straight to the back site. This is really useful for making an aggressive entry combined with other allied abilities. Similarly, from A site, we can throw a TP to their base by standing in the corner and aiming at this wooden panel on the wall. As I mentioned before, use smokes and flashes to try to keep it unseen. If all goes well, you'll position yourself right behind them in no time. And this one goes directly to the site without exposing yourself at all. Stand next to this jar and aim at the wall. It doesn't matter exactly where, but in this area. As you can see, it crosses all of long and ends up in this corner of the site. Next, from the same jar but on the other side, aim at the center of the beam of this entrance. This TP is really interesting as it crosses all of long to the corner. The idea is that you can peek from an unexpected angle for defenders. However, once they spot you, get out of there as it's a very dangerous dead-end alley. To finish with A site, we'll climb onto these bricks on long and aim at this line here. It will cross all of long and land under heaven. It's a very risky play, but combined with allied abilities, some flashes, and even in the midst of an entry with more teammates, you can cause complete chaos. Give it a try. For B site, there aren't many TPs due to the shape of the site, but I can recommend this one that crosses from mid to A stairs. Just position yourself in this corner, making sure you don't get killed in the process, and aim at this wood right before the edge. As you can see, it crosses through Link and ends up climbing the stairs to A. Very nice. Now let's look at a couple of TPs for PostPlant. The most interesting ones are on A site, starting with this one. Stand in the back corner and aim at this wooden panel on the wall. Throw it, and you can TP to back site, the stairs area, or risk it and use it to go to their base. Just remember to plant the spike in a spot visible from Heaven or B-Link. And now one from short. Just position yourself in this corner and throw it against this wall. Much less fuss. Very quick to throw. You can combine it with a decoy or a flash. And as you can see, it ends up under Heaven. Pretty interesting to confuse the enemies. And to finish with A really cool one from Heaven. First, throw a flash through the window to throw the TP through the same window without being seen. Once you do that, wait for the TP to stop, and then with the help of another flash, TP to this corner to take out the enemies trying to defuse. And next, a very similar one from mid-window to B site. In the same way, throw the TP through the window without exposing yourself too much. And to use it, help yourself with 1 or 2 flashes if you have them. Once the TP is set, you can use the decoy to cause more chaos on the site and enter easily. By By the way, what a beautiful classic this decoy has, right? And what great news that you can still get it in the Valorant store to support your favorite team. That is, us. Anyway, and those were the post-plant TPs. Now let's start with the defensive ones that are a little bit more varied. To begin from double doors, we can position ourselves in this corner of the step and aim at the top of this diamond to throw it and end up in their base. Just like that. But it's not the only one from double doors. In the same corner but without climbing the step, throw the TP aiming at the cross of the door. It's a pretty aggressive TP to catch them off guard in mid. It's super risky. Ask for help to get a smoke in the window so that you don't have to worry about behind you, and good luck with your aim. But if it works really well. From C site, we can throw a TP to rotate super quickly to A. Just stand here and aim at this bolt. Throw the TP and it crosses the whole map to provide support to the other site. And well, I can't forget to mention the TP that lets us get onto the boxes in C. As you know, you can't just jump and place the TP, but if you plant the decoy below and activate it, then you can place it on top of the boxes to boost yourself. To finish with C, one I don't recommend too much, but it can work depending on the circumstances. To make it work better, we'll prepare a decoy to cross long and from this wall, throw the TP and the decoy. The idea is that the TP enters the cubicle, and when the decoy walks a little, we TP, throw a flash, and execute an aggressive play. One that I find interesting and really simple is this one from A Heaven. Basically, to get into this little corner. With some flashes and allied help, we can do a lot of damage. Finally, some aggressive TPs to defend B. As always, without exposing ourselves too much, and preferably with a smoke in the window. We'll throw this TP onto this wall, followed by 2 flashes to appear in this corner and shoot the enemies who are more lost than your duo when asked to fill. And to finish, the same but on the other side. A very typical TP, but it can work depending on the occasion. We'll throw it next to that box, and with the help of other abilities, we'll TP to catch the back of those going to double doors, for example. And that will be all. Comment which TP interested you the most, or if you know of any other. I hope these are really helpful to you, and as I said at the beginning, remember to leave a beautiful like so we can keep bringing these guides to help you get out of silver. Bye bye!